All right, ready to move on to Week 6. So, let's start with the Thursday night matchup. We have the Falcons at the Saints. Who you got in that one?
Falcons, they're on fire right now. They just won in overtime on a pick six off quarterback Kirk Cousins against the Redskins. Falcons all the way.
Falcons, pretty easy choice. Saints are definitely a mess on defense, and their offense is just...
They got whooped by the Eagles. I thought the Eagles played real well. I think it was like 39-17 or something like that. Finally, the Eagles' offense clicked.
Yep, and then let's start off with the early games Sunday. We have Redskins at Jets. Who you got in that one?
Tough, but Jets are at home. Redskins are playing better. Give them credit, but the Jets are coming off a bye. I anticipate this Jets team to start running the football well again, like they did against the Dolphins. I think they're going to pull it off against the Redskins.
Yep, I'm going Jets too. If Chris Ivory can go. Chris Ivory's had a pretty surprising season so far. Redskins have actually been one of the surprising teams too. Their defense has played phenomenal, but I just think the Jets at home, they're going to squeak it out. It's going to be a close one.
Yeah, I think adding Terrence Knight into that Redskins defense was big for them. They get some big run stopper as well as a pass rusher in the middle.
All right, next game we have Cardinals at Steelers.
Ooh, interesting. Man, there's talk that Big Ben could be back. I don't think it matters. Regardless, I'm going to go Cardinals.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Cardinals too. I doubt Big Ben will be back just because they pulled off that win. I think they look at it as a game. You're going up against a good defense. Do you really want to put a guy who might not be fully recovered back in? So I'm gonna go Cardinals. I just think that offense and defense are clicking right now. The Steelers could pull it off. It wouldn't surprise me, but I'm doubtful that they can. All right, so next we have Chiefs at Vikings.
Minnesota off the bye. I think they get it done without Jamal Charles, as we talked about earlier. Really, this offense is non-existent. Quarterback captain checkdown, as I call him, Alex Smith. Jamal Charles is his main man. So without him, I have no idea what's next for this offense. How many times have we seen Alex Smith check it down to Jamal Charles out of the flats? It could be a long game for the Chiefs. It could be a long season for them, actually.
Yeah, I'm with you on that long season for Kansas City. I'm going Vikings at home. Without Jamal Charles, they don't really have much of a chance. All right, so now this is a good matchup. We have Bengals at Bills.
Gonna go Buffalo here. I think their defense can eke out another victory. They haven't looked good offensively these last few weeks, but we saw against the Patriots, I think they put up 32 points, so they can do it, and in Buffalo in particular, they play well. I'm going to go Buffalo. I think they're going to give Cincinnati their first loss.
I'm actually going to go Bengals in this one. I don't think Buffalo's going to have enough to do it. I think it's going to be definitely a close game, maybe decided by a score, anywhere from 7 to 1 point. I'm definitely going Cincinnati in this one. I just see the way Andy Dalton's been playing, and their defense has stepped it up too, and I just don't see how the offense of the Bills is going to compete with that. All right, next, Bears at Lions.
Chicago, they're on a roll. I think they're going to get their third win. John Fox and Adam Gase got a little lucky there at the end with Jamal Charles getting injured, as you mentioned. I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they would have won that game had Jamal Charles been in the game. But you know what? They're on a roll.
I'm going to go Lions in this one. The Lions put a lot of teams close to the last winless team in the NFL. I think the way their season's gone, I think they're going to be able to finally pull one off here. It's definitely going to be a close game, but I think Matthew Stafford's going to be angry at that last game he had, going 3 interceptions against the Cardinals.
And he was benched, actually.
Yeah, benched. Wow. I just see the Lions rebounding in this one. Next, we have Broncos at Browns.
Hey, upset. I think Denver will be favored. I'm going to go Cleveland here. They had a good game against the Ravens. They put up a bunch of points. They come back to the dog pound. I think they can get it done. They're going to need to put up some points against a really good Denver defense, best defense in the league in my opinion, and statistically speaking. But if they can put up enough points, they should be able to win this game.
I'm going Browns too. I see the same way you're seeing it. I just don't think Broncos' offense is really going to put up much. Manning has definitely been down this year.
Big step down from
Big
last
step
year.
down.
Yeah, huge.
I think Cleveland's going to be able to put up a little bit of points, and I'm looking at a 2013 final.
Yeah,
2013 Cleveland.
It definitely won't be your shootout if that's what you're looking for. Do not watch this game.
All right, next one we have a pretty ugly game. We got Texans at Jaguars.
Well, Bortles is injured. I believe he has a sprain in his shoulder. If he plays, I'm going to go Jaguars here. He had the best game of his career. I think he had three touchdowns, I think, against Tampa Bay. They were unable to win that game. I'm going to go Jaguars if Bortles plays. If he doesn't, Texans.
I'm going to go Jaguars with or without Bortles. I just see, like, the Texans have not clicked at all this year. Even though you have J.J. Watt, their defense, their secondary has been terrible. They've been getting carved up. Like,
exactly.
Alex Smith's carved him up. I believe that was week 1. You had Matt Hasselbeck carved him up.
Last week, yeah.
He carved him up, and he was, like, on quote-unquote from Pagano, on his deathbed.
Yeah, apparently he was sick. Yeah, he was sick earlier in the week. Really, the only quality player they have back there is Jonathan Joseph. They have first-round pick Jadeveon Clowney opposite of Watt, but that pass rush really hasn't been there. Even Watt hasn't had a heck of a year. He's had a solid year, but by his terms, I'm sure he would say, yeah, they're not of his liking. Yeah, the Texans, and offensively, switching between Ryan Mallett and Brian Hoyer, that hasn't worked out. Arian Foster, he's looked old and rusty. Alfred Blue will be the guy behind him. But there's no big guys, big-time names, not even big names. There's just no quality players on this Texans roster.